Hello traders, this is Jeff, the Day Trade Mechanic. Today is July 17th, 2022. I have a daily chart on the screen of Faraday Future, symbol FFIE. I traded the wheel strategy on this stock from November of last year until Friday the 15th, and I thought I'd make a video and go over this trade. I learned a lot by being in this trade, and many mistakes were made, and hopefully I've learned some lessons. The first thing I did wrong is I should never have been trading this stock to begin with. I got into this stock because it was cheap. When I started selling puts, the price was in the $7, $8 range, and the options were expensive. This is a high IV scan that I run, and I ran this one just during the process of making this video, and FFIE options are still expensive, as you can see here. If we click on the Analyze page, we can see that Faraday is not making any money, and they haven't made any money since they've been in business. So again, I asked myself, why in the heck did I get in this trade? So I started out with selling puts in late November, and I sold 750 and 850, and of course I got put shares on both puts. And another mistake I made was, why didn't I roll these down? I can't answer that. I didn't do it. I took the shares. And then by early December, I had sold a 550 put, and I got assigned. So around a third of the way through December, I'm sitting here with 300 shares at 850, 750, and 550. And then as we go into 2022, the stock actually surged nicely on the first trading day of the year. And I decided I needed to buy 100 shares on January 5th, which I think is this day, at 585. And also on that day, I was able to sell $7 calls for 11 cents each, which expired worthless. So I didn't do a whole lot with this trade until March. On March 14th, which is the biggest red candle on the chart here, I actually bought another 100 shares at $4. And then on the 22nd, on this day, I sold 5 650 covered calls for 18 cents each, and they expired worthless. By early May, the stock had retraced all the way to $1.65, and I was really questioning why the heck I got in this trade and why I had held it for so long. And I didn't really think there was too much to do here except hold and hope the price went up. Let's see, and in late April, I sold my last put on this stock. I got put 100 shares at $4. So my position was 600 shares with a cost of $5.89, and I had sold just a couple of covered calls, and I had quit selling puts on it. So I've brought the chart up to late June, and we had a couple of nice green days to end the month, and it was I didn't really think anything special was happening here. I was glad to see the green days, but if we go up another day here, we had a very nice green day with huge volume. And this would have been what, July 1st? Okay. Look at this day. That would have been the 5th. Now, on this day, I actually sold $6 calls for 15 cents each, and I sold those calls when the stock was trading. Hold on just a second here. Had to glance over at my spreadsheet. When the stock was trading at $4.61. And I was very pleased with myself because I thought, I sold these calls when the stock's trading right around here. Who knew it was going to go up to 640 that day? But I thought, if I could get out of the trade at $6, I would gladly take that and take a little bit of premium on the call side for doing it. So we'll go forward here this week, and the next day we were back down to 450, and I was kind of wishing I'd held on and just sold the shares, but I believe I was out of town on this day as well, on the 5th. so I wasn't in front of the computer all day. Now let's see, this was the 6th or the 7th, and I know Friday was the 8th. So on Friday, I was hoping that we'd close over $6 and I'd get called away, but we closed at 7.52 and had the weekend to think about it and go from there. So over the weekend and late that week, I was looking to see if I could find any kind of news on the stock, and the only thing I could find was short squeeze, and maybe this is becoming a meme stock. So going into this past trading week, I said to myself, I gotta be patient and hold out and not sell calls, as tempting as it is to sell calls, thinking if we could pop over $6, I would just sell my shares and unload the trade. So we'll look here at Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, nothing really happened. We poked over $6 on Wednesday, and at that point I decided to sell calls. So with the stock trading about $6, I sold $6.50 calls that expired Friday the 15th, and I got 28 cents each for those, and I was very happy with myself. Now, let's scroll forward to Thursday and Friday. So my patience ran about one day too little. If I'd have been patient again and held that stock into Thursday, I could have just sold the shares. But the way it shook out, I got called away at 6.50, and I kept the 28 cents premium for 6 contracts, and I sold the shares for a 61 cent profit, and I'm just happy to be out of the play. So here's my tracking sheet of every move I made in the trade, from my first put sales on the top and my covered call sales on the top, to my assignments and my outright stock purchases down below. And I netted out 546.76 on the options and 364.83 on the stock. Had minimal fees along the way. Let's see here, what was my total options fees? 13 and a quarter. Had 17 cents fees selling the stock, for a grand total of $911.59. So I was in the trade nearly 8 months, and it's of course closed out, and I'm happy to be out of it. From here on out, I'm going to run the wheel strategy on indexes and on stocks that look good on the analyze page. Not going to do any more Faraday Future Intelligence. Not going to happen. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you give it a like, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, this is Jeff, the Day Trade Mechanic. Thanks for watching.